Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final matchup of today's festivities.
The rematch of Home Story Cup 4, which everybody has been waiting for. Grubby versus Ret.
Yep.
Grubby did win 2-0 in Home Story Cup 4 in the early days of the group stage, but this is a totally different game now.
Yes, it is.
This is going to be on Antigua Shipyard for the first map, and then it will be the loser picks, of course. The first map on EU, then NA, then back on EU for the final game. And this is going to be a crazy series. I don't even know. I don't know. We've had an unstoppable Ret today. 2-0 Soke, 2-0 Cloud. Just literally pushes them out the way. And let's go, Grubby, let's go. So down to the final game of today as well. Gonna be crazy, man. Gonna be crazy.
And this is the bracket, folks, and this is why it is... Everything counts with this game. Everything counts. Let's have a look at the bracket and let's tell you what's going on. So we already know that Stefano, of course, is through as first seed and Thorzane second from that group with Nighten and Dark Force being knocked out. But here's the situation. Cloud cannot advance. He is lost. He is out. There is no way that Cloud could possibly advance at this stage. Ret, we know, is through. That is a guarantee.
Or second, or just first. So no, he's first.
He's first regardless. The Ret is through first regardless. And this is what it comes down to. Soke or Grubby, who goes through? Well, Soke has won 1 series and lost 2. He has won 3 matches and lost 4. Now, Grubby... I'm just trying to think... Just trying to make the connection between the two. Because here we'd have... If Grubby lost 2-0...
It'd be 3-5. And... 1-2, and Soke's 1-2 and 3-4. So that puts Soke through as second place because he has 1 less map lost.
I'm just trying to work out how that happened.
What do you mean? Through the results?
Yeah, because you shouldn't be... In theory, you shouldn't be able to do that, I don't think.
Well, Soke's first game was 2-1, lost 2-1 versus Grubby.
Yep.
And then after that, it was versus Ret, which was 0-2.
Yeah, 0-2. So yeah, you're right.
And then he beat Clouds 2-0.
2-0, yeah. So 4 losses, yeah. Yeah, so if Ret wins 2-0, Grubby is out and Soke's through.
Yep.
Basically because Soke has lost 1 less map.
Yep.
If Grubby wins 1 map, that will take him to 1-4 maps.
Yeah.
And even if he loses the rest of the series and lost 6...
He's got a better map score.
He goes through. He has a better map score, yes.
So he just needs 1 map to advance to second place. That's all he needs to do out of 3 games. 1 map. Well, actually 2 games, I suppose.
Yep.
Out of 2 games, he needs to win 1 of them.
Indeed. He must win 1.
Second.
Yep. And if he doesn't win either of them, he doesn't win a single map,
Soke advances through,
advances.
and the SCi2 and 3 champion lives another day. Despite losing 2 games, he lives another day.
Well, that's how group stages work. And to be honest, I think what we've seen from these group stages is that it's pretty damn even, honestly.
Yep,
these groups have been very, very well balanced. And anyone can pretty much beat anybody. It's good. It's how it should be.
Both of these players are ready, man. Let's do this. It's going to be Grubby from Team Grubby versus Team Liquid's Ret for the final best of 3 of today.
Let us begin.
Yes, let's go. Antigua Shipyard for the first map is going to be crazy. I don't even know what to expect from these players. They're going to be fantastic. The games are going to be amazing. Let's go.
Grubby changed his color again. I'm sad. He's evil like that. Oh, well, never mind. Gods of the scoreboard, give me your boon. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the final series of matches for day 1, the group stages of the SHOUTcraft Invitational number 4. It is my pleasure to bring you currently absolutely unstoppable and unbeaten on any map,
Team Liquid Ret.
He is in the red trunks and he is playing Zerg to the south of this particular map versus his opponent. Also very powerful player, lost versus Cloud, won versus Soke, is in a position to go through if he can take 1 map from Ret. But that's going to be a tall order in and of itself. It is.
Team Grubby. Grubby.
And he's in the green trunks playing for us to the north. Now this is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because I'm just going through this in my mind. So Ret will fight Thorzane. This we know for a fact.
Yes.
Yes, Ret fights Thorzane tomorrow in the round of 4.
Stefano fights either Grubby or Soke.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there will be it'll be a TVZ and a ZVP. That's pretty much guaranteed at this point. This we know for a fact because that's just the way that the groups have actually figured themselves out there. And that could be interesting. It could lead to a ZBZ final, potentially, which I know a lot of people don't like the idea of, but Rhett versus Stefano is probably going to be an amazing ZBZ if it does happen.
And it's going to be 2 best-of-5s, and then 3rd and 4th place match as well.
Yep.
And then that is a best-of-5 also, and then best-of-7 grand final.
It will be.
So not a very long day tomorrow.
Not as long as this one, certainly. What, 12 best-of-3s we did today, and a lot of very long ones, yeah.
It's like a 13-hour day today and probably like a 6-hour tomorrow or something.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking forward to actually being able to just chill out with a movie after this. I'm probably going to, I don't know, I might watch something after this and then go to bed. We'll see, or maybe get a bit of gaming in. I might have the necessary energy to do that. I don't know. I think I'll have to play something casual. It's certainly not going to be Starcraft 2, I can guarantee that.
Nexus does go down for Grubby, so Forge into Nexus, and since we have spawning pool first, he'll have to go cannon and then gateway.
Yep.
And then start to make that partial wall off. And the 4 Zerglings going straight past, and there goes the cannon immediately. And it will finish just in the nick of time, but will Rhett decide to run past? He may even try to buffer some damage from the Overlord, take a few hits there, and then run in. But Grubby's definitely going to have to build a pylon here to kind of narrow that gap in.
Yep, absolutely. And the Lings are on the way. The gap has been narrowed, and we're looking now for a final placement here.
I wonder if he'll try to buffer some damage from the Overlord and then run in.
Oh, he's through. He's through with 2 Lings. It's not ideal. It gives him a bit of scouting information, certainly, and it can start to harass and annoy the hell out of him, and that's a bit of a problem. He'll be forced to pull probes in order to stop this harassment.
Yeah, so a good start by Rhett already. Just getting these 2 probes in. He's going to be able to pick off 2 Lings, sorry. He's going to be able to pick off probes and also maintain scouting for the entire of the game. For example, the double gases should have already started to go down very, very shortly here, yet they can't because of the pressure that Rhett is putting Grubby under.
Yep.
So it's a very good start here for Rhett, for sure.
Yep, it's stunning. It really, really is. Let's see how well it goes for Grubby after this. Grubby will be a little bit shaken by that, no doubt, admittedly. A man with a lot of competitive experience. Still, it's not a good start. Rhett was able to get in there and is now being a colossal pain in the ass.
Yeah, and he should actually just run down to the natural, actually, and just kill probes that try to mine from there. There's absolutely nothing that can stop that. He's got a Zealot out, but he needs to obviously bring it across. 1 probe does go down already. So, yeah, really, really good start here. And he can run around the Rosie, really, with this Zealot all day long.
Finally the Zealot is there. That's going to be another probe taken out. Slicey, and he keeps those Lings alive, which is in itself incredible. Bear in mind, he is macroing behind this.
Yeah.
It's absurd what he's doing right here. This amount of control is amazing, and Rhett is demonstrating that if he hasn't been playing a lot lately, I shudder to think what he's able to do when he is playing 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's just terrifying.
Yeah. And nope, doesn't want to lose that Overlord though. That may just slow him down a little bit. And
he's
Rhett.
Well,
Rhett.
He doesn't lose it, you know. He's on 3 HP.
Yeah, it's crazy. Can't believe that.
It's almost like he was doing that on purpose, honestly. Yeah, Rhett's getting out there. He's like, it's okay, it's cool. He's already taken himself a 3rd base, and what is Rhett's drone count? It is currently 31. And
the Stargate does go down here for Grubby, and it was spotted immediately by Rhett, so kind of a little bit of misinterpretation of the vision range of the Overlord from Grubby there. It definitely saw the Stargate, so. And then the 3rd gas goes down as well. And 12 Lings being made, actually, just to get rid of these 2 Zealots. That's more than enough to get rid of them, to stop any drone losses on that 3rd base, which is, again, very smart here from Rhett. And a Baling Nest surprisingly going down. And what we may see is Rhett just bust straight through the front door with Balings and Lings. Knowing that his opponent's gone into Stargate, they're not really going to stop a million Lings and Balings, are they? So this may be a nice decision here from Rhett, just to take the game in a nice, fast sweep.
Indeed. Void Ray on the way up for Grubby as well, so not looking for harassment, looking for just straight up damage and things like that. And no sign of a Roach Roar or anything like that. It would be nice to have a Void Ray on defense for that. But again, yeah, a straight up bust. There's not.
It's possible,
yeah,
but he may not
do
it. I mean, Rhett isn't that of an aggressive guy, to be honest, so he may not try to do it, but it is an option. Meanwhile, it could be simply just to defend against any +1 Zealots, which Protoss players do so often right now. And just walking into 2 Balings is one way to get rid of them, I suppose.
It certainly is. It's certainly not efficient to take them out with Lings.
13 drones at once. Good God.
And that's at only this stage of the game. Void Ray gets himself a free kill. That's going to slow Rhett down very, very slightly, but it takes a lot more than that to bring the wheels to a halt. Well, a second Overlord sniped off. That would be pretty good.
It's incredible. He's at 65 drones at like the 8-minute 30 mark.
How the hell do you do that and still micro those lings inside a base for a full 3 minutes?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
And there is the pylon down, so there's from where the +1 zealots will come from, but I think Rhett already sees the probe up there, but he doesn't know about the pylon until now, and now he does, and we'll get rid of that immediately. And zealots may be able to be warped in, but that will only be a one wave from Grubby if he decides to continue with this.
Yeah, I think that pylon is going to go down nice and easy, and nothing's going to be warped in here. And everything Grubby's doing so far is being shut down by Rhett, and it looks like Rhett has certainly plugged the holes in his playstyle since that Home Story Cup game.
Yeah, definitely. And Void Ray coming to the natural won't really be able to achieve a lot. There's creep spread across, and Queens can move down easily enough. May get an Overlord or two. But a lot of lings right now out for Rhett. A lot of lings. And 10 more drones, and all of a sudden he's at 75 drones or so. So fast.
I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's using some kind of dupack, honestly. If he was playing Diablo 2, he'd be accused of being a duper. And that's exactly what it is. He just copies, though. He copies and pastes the drones into that mineral line.
And pathogen glands as well. I mean, any timing that Grubby tries to do now with Blink or whatever, which he's trying to do, he's trying to go up to 7-gate Blink from here. But with Ling Infester, no, it's just not going to work whatsoever. And every angle that Grubby tries to approach, or anybody, against Rhett just doesn't work. It's incredible what Rhett can do. It really is.
Yeah, this is why we keep saying, seriously, how the hell do you beat this guy? Because we
Void
don't
Ray
know.
With a few kills. Mostly Overlords. Does get a few drones, though, but mostly Overlords.
No, that's a little bit of harassment. At least Grubby's actually being able to do something there, because the last thing he wants to do is just let Rhett get away with anything.
And all of a sudden when... Well, here comes the Infestors. 4 Infestors. He's going to be able to go very heavy Ling Infestor versus all these Blink Stalkers. Another Overlord does go down, but what does Rhett carry? Is it 111 to 174?
He's just built another like 10. He's got almost 200 supply available to him, so he is not concerned about that one little bit.
He's got to be careful though. He doesn't have any units out yet. He is not building any at the moment either, surprisingly. He definitely needs to start doing so.
There we go. He's got the Infestors on the way and a few Lings coming in as well. This can be the risk with Rhett, as we've said before, that he drones beyond the point of safety. And that doesn't mean he's a bad player. In fact, quite the opposite. He's able to pull it off most of the time, but there are times when it can cause problems. And there's the fungal growth on the right flank of those Blink Stalkers, but they do stay alive for the most part. The force field's going down, able to catch one of the Infestors out of there, and the Lings blocked away from the majority of those. And now there's a second Void Ray in the mix, and suddenly Grubby is able to pile the pressure back on. And did Rhett do it again? Did he drone a bit too much? Because these Infestors are getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I think he's just got too many Lings, though. These Lings are just tearing through Stalkers. You know, Blink Stalkers are never good against Lings. And Infestors keep coming out as well. And he's even securing the win by building a million Spine Crawls on that right. And look at that. Just consistent waves of units. And Grubby is getting worn down now.
Yes, he is, but he's not licked yet. There's no doubt about that. He's got 2 full bases, and he's got these 2 Void Rays, which have been an absolute thorn in the side of Rhett up to this point. And now he's got Zealots in the mix. So I'm not entirely convinced that Rhett has been able to drive this off fully. Grubby is continuing with the aggression. The supply difference is not that large. And bear in mind, it is actually mostly workers. Plus, he needs to bring those Void Rays out of the air because they're being an absolute nightmare right now for Rhett.
17 and 12 kills each. And down come the Spines to try to secure this lower ground area. But Grubby's going to blink in just before they deploy, and 6 Infestors are about to pop. Wow-wee, Grubby will he be able to do it though? That's a question.
This is really close. This is incredibly close. And Rhett actually throws out an infested Terran Egg, which does absolutely nothing. The Spine Crawlers are getting cleaned up. The Spore Crawler is out of range. The micro for Grubby right now is absolutely astonishing. Rhett is supply blocked right now, losing Overlord after Overlord. The Infestors caught out and sliced to pieces. Fungal lands. It goes down. It brings the 2 Void Rays out of the air. Finally, they've been such a nightmare for him. More Stalkers warping in. Lings coming to continually reinforce, and Grubby still having to fight on creep, and Rhett is holding for the moment.
Yeah, 6 Overlords, that's what he has to wait for right now. He's lost all his Queens, really. He has 1 Queen working. He doesn't have that much lava, and Grubby's still able to continue to warp in for a good few minutes now, and he's just going to stabilize. 22 Lings about to morph in, and I suppose we're going to see a lot more Infestors come out as well, but he's starting to hold this game now. and especially with 2 spine crawls up, but we need a lot more units out from Rhett now. He definitely needs to rebuild these queens as well for these other hatches he has.
Yeah, he absolutely does. The spine crawler's taking a ton of fire from both sides. The Zealots tank plenty of damage as the Stalkers bring in as much as they can. The Lings eliminated as quickly as they can, but the problem is these are +2 Lings. They hurt like hell. As you can see, they're ripping their way through Grubby's forces once again. Rhett is holding once again, and he does have a economic advantage. He's on 3 bases. He's kept his drones alive.
Yeah, he does indeed. But the thing is, like I said, he isn't really lava injecting. He's only lava injecting for 1 hatch. He's only now building another
queen. Yeah, this is really hurting.
He's got so much money, but just not enough lava right now.
Yeah, he can't spend it. The Infestors come in, but they don't actually have any energy to use right there, and the Zealots are able to annihilate those Lings incredibly rapidly. Grubby's pressure continues, and he's going to run into yet more spine crawlers. Rhett holds on. I don't even know who's winning right now. I'd say economically, yes, Rhett once he gets his queens back up, but Grubby is just having a field day right here.
Yeah, and I like that Rhett keeps his Infestors alive. They're very important to keep alive right now. Otherwise, it's going to be even harder than it looks right now. And still 22 Lings, 24 Lings, but Grubby with Blink Stalkers has the edge now, finally, over Rhett, and Rhett just can't produce enough units.
Well, a massive power struggle between these 2 players right here, and we knew this series was going to be good. We didn't know it'd be that good. GG, ladies and gentlemen, Grubby's through. He is through to the round of 4, and SCi4, our double grand champion, is out of the tournament.
Yeah, congratulations to Grubby making it through 2nd place. I'm sure a lot of people are very happy about that, but that was unfortunate. I'm surprised that Rhett couldn't quite get those extra queens out. He had a lot of money to do so. He just didn't have enough lava. And it looks like we are going into the NA server to round up this series, and Grubby says in the chat, I'm going for the win.
Do it, man. Grubby wants your tips. It's as simple as that. SHOUTcraft.com if you wish to tip either of these players, and both of them certainly deserve it. And if that site goes down, as it so frequently does, then it's bit.ly/SCi4-tipjars. And it's funny you were saying in that last game, like, oh, why did he get the queens out? I think it was just he got supply blocked so many times because he was losing so many overlords.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that he tried to build them, but he was prevented from doing so. And Grubby's micro was absolutely obscene. It really was. Rhett couldn't keep up with that.
That was tough. It was tough.
Impressive.
Though, I don't know. It seemed like Rhett was just so he was such in a comfortable position to defend it, yet he couldn't. And Grubby advances through that first game.
Grubby refused to let up. He refused to let up. He just smashed. He continued to pressure.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're just all on the NA server now, and we can get ready into this next game, as everyone, I'm sure, is eagerly awaiting.
Oh, yes. We'll be right back very shortly, folks. Don't go anywhere.